Hi guys, I'm gonna do a quick all signs reading, and we're gonna start with, let's see, um, let's start with Aries. Aries, let's see what we have for Aries. What's coming for you, Aries? Okay, I see for some of you, Aries, you feel stabbed in the back. There is some emotional pain that came with this. It could have been from a friend, it could even be mental. Some of you, I feel like um, you feel like you let yourself down. There was like a project or something. It could be a person, but for some of you, Aries, you may feel like you have a letdown or you have to start from scratch, and now you're looking to see, what do I do now? It's like, where do I go with this? This happened and now I'm left with the pieces to pick up. But you are staying in your energy, Aries. You are being more independent, you are focusing on yourself, and you are healing with the star card. There is a wish coming through for you, I do see. um, it could be something that's coming from the past, and now you're planning on what you're going to do. For some of you, this could have been a project that you put out there and it maybe didn't work. I do see some sort of like criticism, or like someone either said something about you, said something about your work, something that really made you feel discouraged. I don't see any majors here, so it's not really on a big, it's not a life changing thing, but it is something that hurt you, Aries. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go to Taurus. Taurus. Let's see what we have for Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Taurus, I do see here that you are being a little bit more, you're kind of like in a leader role. You have the King of Swords and the Emperor. So you're making your own rules, you're speaking your truth now, you're being very straightforward. Everything is very direct because the King of Swords and both the Emperor, they're very direct. Emperor being a major arcana card here, I see for some of you, you're really taking charge and really taking a hold of your life. You're making your own rules. I will say though, with the Queen of Cups in reverse, there might be more leadership and more like authoritative, if that makes any sense, than emotional. But we'll see. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Nope, it's not. It's really, that lack of empathy is really going to, I don't want to sugarcoat it, but that lack of empathy, if you are taking like a new leadership role, or if you're just feeling um like a ruler right now, you're being very straight and forward with your words. Kind of be careful with that with the Queen of Cups in reverse. It could lead to maybe like a instant karma, like that backfiring. Let's say you say something to someone, and whether you mean to hurt them intentionally or not, just be careful with how you present yourself, because Queen of Cups, upright, she's like motherly, she's nurturing. Now this could be someone in your energy too, that you may need to be careful about. It could be a water sign or just someone that embodies those qualities, where they should be nurturing, they should be motherly, they should have that, and they're not giving you that. So maybe with this new, for some of you, you could be working on something that makes you feel in control, it makes you feel like the boss, and you could be leaning on someone for support, and they could let you down, Taurus. Okay, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So that's just basically seeing how far you've come, looking at your Seven of Pentacles. You're just looking to see how far you've come. You've planted seeds, and now you're like, okay, you're kind of taking stock of everything. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so now you're being more in your independent energy. Nine of Pentacles to me is that independence card. It's kind of reaping the fruits of your own labor. Wow, you got the same thing as Aries. What in the world? I shuffled these cards pretty well. You may have Aries in your chart, and you're also healing from something. It could be like a health thing or something like that, or just emotionally healing. And I do see here that there are some choices that you may need to make. Be careful with illusions, fantasies, things of that nature. You have many choices, but this can cause a bit of confusion. So just be very careful with uh, any plans that you make and with whom. Okay. So let's go on to Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? What do we have for Gemini? Gemini. What messages do we have for Gemini? Queen of Cups in reverse, King of Swords. What in the? I shuffled these cards really well. And the Emperor. No way. Okay, so Queen of Cups in reverse. It could be you or someone in your energy that is just not empathetic. They're not. It's almost like a really emotionally immature person. They're not grounded. Queen of Cups upright is the Queen of Hearts. You know, everyone loves her. But this is kind of like a mean girl energy. Again, it's someone in your energy, and I'm gonna be really real. It could even be you, right? Because we have to be realistic here. But Queen of Cups is not really a energy that I like to see. This person lacks emotional intelligence. This person is very mean. They are like a mean mother. Think of just a mother who treats their kid like crap. Take that as it resonates. King of Swords, for some of you, you could be speaking your truth and just leaning more into authority of yourself, taking ownership of your life. Again, I shuffled these cards. I don't understand why. You literally got almost the same cards as Taurus. You may have Taurus in your chart, or some of you could have Taurus in your energy. You may feel a feeling of disappointment, possibly, or you could feel stabbed in the back by this Queen of Cups. And then you have the King of Cups. Some of you could either be in that energy of the King of Cups, being more emotionally intelligent, but from a more masculine, and it's not gender specific, but just I see for some of you, you're standing up for yourself against someone who is not so nice to you. I see some of you are standing up for yourself against like a bully. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this person might have a hold over you because they either handle your finances or something with money. Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Stability. This person might be threatening your stability, or you may feel like your stability is being threatened. King of Wands in reverse. Okay. For some of you, I'm getting that this may come from home, but this also may come from a workplace. There might be like people banding together to try to maybe like mess with your stability, your money, and you may have to speak up for yourself. But the burden is going away. You have the 10 of Wands in reverse. So I think for some of you, you need to really tap into that. And that's your area, King of Swords, especially with the Emperor. That is your energy, air sign. Really tap into really speaking up for yourself. If you're feeling like you're feeling bullied, because that's the energy that I'm getting, it doesn't even matter that I shuffled these cards and you almost got the same cards as Taurus. Totally different message, right? I am feeling that for some of you, Gemini. Someone could be trying to threaten your stability or bully you into thinking that your stability is being threatened or at risk, something like that. But yeah, so let's move on to Cancer. What do we have for Cancer? What do we have for Cancer? Cancer. 10 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Swords, and Temperance. Okay, something going on in the home, Cancer. For some of you, this could be straight up like family issues that's really causing like your heartbreak, and you're finding it really hard to kind of stay grounded. You're kind of finding it hard to stay balanced during this time because of there could be some discord going on with either your family or your kids, but this is very emotional. This is something in like Cups and Swords are my internal cards, like things that happen like behind the scenes, like at home by yourself, and like emotional and thoughts and things of that nature. And the Wands and Pentacles are more external, like jobs and money and things like that. So being that there's the Cups, the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Three of Swords, something going on with your family where it once felt stable, once felt happy. It's really, it's not feeling nice right now. And I think for some of you, Cancer, you're really feeling, um, some of you could even be losing your faith. I'm seeing that here with the Temperance in reverse. You feel like all hope is gone. There is no faith. The Empress. Give me 1 second here. Some of you could be seeking solace from a mother, or you could be a mother. You have two threes here with the Empress and um, the Three of Swords. And threes is about collaboration. So there's definitely something here about family, mothers, children. Yeah, you're feeling like you have to defend yourself. There's a lot of Seven of Wands. There's a lot of conflict here. And you may feel like everyone is against you right now. You may feel like you literally have to kind of like defend yourself. It's like a battle. Yeah. Oh my God. You have the, but I do see here that whatever is going on, I'm sorry, that was my door. And wow, that was kind of confirmation, because it does feel in this energy, I feel like there's a lot of chaos and things getting thrown around, and just a lot of fighting going on here. But you do have the Five of Wands in reverse, so I do see that that's kind of calming down. That's kind of, like I said, getting reversed. Three of Wands in reverse. Some of you are halting plans. Maybe some of you had made plans to either move or some sort of action. And that's kind of halted right now. Whatever's going on is kind of putting it's kind of like putting a stop to your plans. You want to move forward. And I think for some of you, you're like right at the completion of putting it out there, putting something out there or moving forward. But for whatever reason, this discord has just kind of messed up the plans. Yeah, Ace of Wands, there's no more passion. There's no more. I think for some of you, you were either planning on doing something, there was a passion project, or you was feeling very enthusiastic about life, but with everything that's going on, it just kind of drained and sucked the life out of you, where you just don't want to do anything anymore. It's like, I don't even want to do my passion project anymore, and I worked so hard on that. Two of Swords, you're going to have to make a difficult decision soon, and it's more than likely going to be something that people aren't going to agree with, because Two of Swords has to do with going in, but it's also my card when you're actually going to go against the status quo. And it actually, what comes after the Two of Swords is the Three of Swords. And that's kind of why it's like painful, because you're going against, but with it coming with the Three of Swords already there, and then you have to make a decision, it's almost like you're, not that you're moving backwards, but you're doing what you were supposed to do before, if that makes sense, right? And then you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So whatever this is, you're no longer working on it. If it was a situation with a toxic family, friends, spouse, whatever, it's like I made my decision that I should have done a long time ago, and I'm no longer subscribing to this. I'm not working on this anymore, so I am completely done. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Wow, that was very that energy was heavy. That energy was kind of thick there. The door even slammed. Wow. I'm outside. I'm working in nature today, because I wanted to kind of be outside in nature. So I'm outside um, in my shed here, just working from here. So. All right. So what do we have now, Leo? Leo, what do we have for you, Leo? Leo. What do we have for Leo? What do we have for Leo? Two of Cups, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Okay, give me 1 second, Leo. Okay, so it looks like there was a relationship here, that kind of went south. There was some feeling of mutual. Now, this is a general reading, so it could be relationships, but it was a relationship that means something to you. Take it as it resonates. Something happened that it caused a little bit of disappointment, but I don't see it was anything major. It could have been like a lie, something that they kept from you. But I do see that you guys are working at it right now. I do see that it could have even been. I'm getting like a gosh, it's at the tip of my tongue. A misunderstanding. Like it was like a misunderstanding. Like, yeah, it hurt you, but it wasn't what you thought it was. It was like a misunderstanding, and someone is going to show you how it was a misunderstanding. So let's see here. Yeah, you had to really go within with this, or you really held this relationship close to your heart. For some of you, you could have withdrawn. This is someone that you withdrew from because of, I don't know why I'm getting a lie. It was like a lie was told or something, and you withdrew from it. Yeah, Queen of Cups. This really broke you, and it really made you cold. If this was a situation with a person, you really kind of was like, I have nothing for you emotionally. Like, you hurt me, you lied to me, and Queen of Cups in reverse is not a nice character to deal with. She is cold because she is the queen of emotions, and in reverse, she is very, very frigid. She gives like silent treatment. But I do see here again with you have a lot of threes here. You have Three of Swords and Three of Pentacles, and then you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So that just lets me know again, upright, it's healing, taking a break, taking a stand back, not really. But in reverse, I think for some of you, if you've been no contact with someone or there were no contact with you, take it as it resonates. This is coming out of that and actually breaking out of that mindset of that coldness and saying, I don't want nothing to do with you, and actually kind of opening up and waking up, because they're sleeping here, waking up to either what the misunderstanding was or just softening up to the idea of listening what this person has to say if it was a misunderstanding. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Let's go ahead and do Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? Virgo. We just finished Virgo season, and now we're in Libra season. And I don't know if any of you, I don't know where you want to put in the comments where you guys are from, but where I am, it seems like summer is like not trying to leave. It's literally dragging its feet, and I'm so looking forward to fall already, but summer is like, no, I'm gonna stay here and hang out for a little bit more. So let's see, Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? What do we have for Virgo? King of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Chariot in reverse. So let's see here. Some of you are facing someone that may be a little bit too intellectually immature with the Page of Swords. And again, I'm picking this up intuitively. Some of you are going to take a more emotional approach, whereas, yeah, we can go tit for tat with the words, but I'm going to be the emotionally intelligent one here, whereas they're just going to try to maybe cut you down with their words or try to like knock you down a peg or two. I see you guys walking away from the situation. You're like, you know what? I don't have time for this. Whereas before, you were determined and a little bit more open to that idea and saying, okay, let's talk it out. With the Chariot in reverse, it's like, you know what? Screw that. I'm not even going to waste my breath anymore because I tried it, and you're being very emotional. Not even emotional, very, I want to use the word like airhead, not even like petty. It's almost like you're coming from like, because King of Cups, he's the King of Hearts. He's able to empathize. He's like a father figure. He's fair, but he's also very emotionally intelligent. Page of Swords is more on a, it can be a child or someone who acts like a child, but what I see here, it's the King of Cups facing a Page of Swords. It's literally like a mature older person having to have a conversation with someone who is not particularly mature, especially with their words and their thoughts. And with the chariot in reverse, it's just letting me know that where you once were determined, you were ready to charge forward, you felt confident that this was going to go a certain way. You're like, no, it's not. It's not working. Let's see here. Yeah. So with the King of Cups, you have the Three of Cups clarifying. I think for some of you, you felt really good about this. You came in with an open heart here. You came in like ready to break bread. You came in with the intention of being open, like literally, like, hey, here, you take a cup, I take a cup. We can handle this over, some wine or whatever. We can break bread. Let's talk about this. But with the Six of Pentacles clarifying the Page of Swords, there is an equal give and take. There's like, it's not equal. There's no fairness here. You're trying to be fair. They're trying to be petty, and it's not working. And ultimately what's going to happen is the Tower moment. You're going to walk away from this again with the Chariot in reverse and say, to hell with this. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And it's literally going to cause a Tower moment, either for that person, maybe for you, or just for the both of you. But and this is the two major arcana towards the end. So this is coming up as inevitable, but being that the Chariot is in the reverse, I kind of get the sense that you're walking away and you're going to be the one to cause a Tower moment for someone else, because you tried to come in with an open heart, open approach, very mature, and the other person is just not, they're not there, and you're not even able to meet them where they are because they're just so immature. It's like, I can't even stoop to your level. I can break bread with you, make you feel equal, but you're literally trying to make me feel like the uncompromising one, and I'm the most mature one here. Okay? So that's what I see for Virgo. Let's go ahead for Libra. Let's see. Libra, let me get the energies for Libra. Energies for Libra. Energies for Libra. You have the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Cups in reverse. So, Eight of Swords, you're definitely getting out of some situation where you felt like you had no choice, right? Where you once couldn't see, you can see now. Upright, she's bonded. She feels like she has no way out. It's like, where do I go? But I think for some of you, in releasing yourself out of that bondage and being able to gain that clarity or feeling like you aren't stuck, for some of you, the Seven of Swords, it could be trickery, theft, deception, things of that nature. But I think for some of you, you're just being more strategic. You're being more strategic. And with the Four of Cups in reverse, you're being more compromising. You are, the Four of Cups for me um is my card of lack of gratitude. So in reverse, I think for some of you, either you're grateful that you were able to kind of maneuver your way out of this, almost like if you guys were in a sticky situation and it's like, woo, but now you have to be more strategic, and you also have to kind of like thank your lucky stars and also bring a more graceful and grateful approach. It's almost like this is very specific. If you guys were, if something happened where it could have turned left, it didn't, like maybe at the last minute or something ended up working itself out, or you saw things clearly, now you're taking it more serious, and you're being more strategic. Another example could be that you're seeing some trickery, some lies, some deceptions for what it is, and you're no longer kind of being force fed nonsense, if that makes any sense. Okay, Three of Wands. There was something that you were really trying to push through. It's like you had it right there. It's like, I have all the tools. I'm ready to put it out there, but I don't, I didn't have the clarity, and now you do. And now that you're able to kind of unbound yourself from this mental block, because swords are about mental blocks, you're able to kind of push forward and really do what you wanted to do. Because Three of Wands, to me, that's my action. That's Two of Wands is planning, And Three of Wands is okay. I have all my twos. Let's put it out there. Clarifying the Seven of Swords, you have Temperance. Yeah, I am gonna stick with um the first thought that I had, where it's more of a strategy now. You're being more balanced, you're being more strategic, you're taking your time, and you're being more mindful of moderation. For some of you, I'm getting like yeah, I'm getting like take your time, slow down, like don't be so much in a rush. And then with the Four of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So I do get a sense of that you are kind of being more grateful. This may come with a cost, a tiny one. The only major arcana that I see here is the Temperance. So it may cost you something, maybe spiritually. It could just literally mean like a spiritual currency, but it is going to cost you something. You are going to have a sense of gratitude, gratefulness. But let's say if you were always coming to work late, and this is when you realize what was making you go to work late. Like you just realize, like, okay, I have to wake up earlier, right? But by the time you actually figure out what was going on, your boss is literally like, you have one more time, or you were able kind of to maneuver your way out of that and kind of use your words and be strategic and say, listen, this is what happens. And you literally have like that last chance, and they're like, okay, but we're going to cut your hours today, or there's something for something. There is a cost, but it's also it's like, if that's all it costs, then I'll take that, because the cost could have been bigger, if that makes any sense, right? So that's what I'm getting for you, Libra. Let's see, Scorpio next. Scorpio, let's see what we have for Scorpio. Let's see what we have for Scorpio. For a quick energy update. Scorpio, I feel very, with Libra, I was very like rushing, like I was trying to rush for something. In your energy, I feel very kind of like tired, like I just took a melatonin pill. And it's not that I'm getting tired or I'm losing my energy. It's just as soon as I got into your energy, I felt very fatigued. Let's see what we have here. Five of Wands in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon in reverse. Okay, so whatever conflict was going on, maybe with work or just in the outside, like outside influences, that's coming to an end. I do see you now taking stock of what you have left. It could be taking stock of your environment, friends, something that you planned before, or something that you were a project. It could be anything that you kind of started before. You're kind of either revisiting it, or you're checking on it, or you're seeing if it's even worth it. The Moon in reverse lets me know that a lot of things that were kind of in the root, like, are bubbling up and they're coming out now. Things that you didn't know about, maybe even about yourself, are coming out now. Anytime I see the Moon in reverse, it's literally things coming up to the surface. It's almost like a body of water, and nothing that is either thrown or hidden stays hidden for too long. Like, I'm first, I don't know why this is so specific, and maybe because I watch a lot of crime TV, but like those people that try to throw bodies in like the ocean, they always come back up. It's like you can't hide anything in the water. It's gonna come up, and that's what I'm getting with you guys. Either there's something that you're trying to kind of bury or keep down. You can't keep it down for too long. Let's see here. Ace of Swords in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Fool. Yeah, I think for some of you, you're realizing, like, you know what, this isn't worth it. There's a lot of things I can say. I'm also seeing that there's a communication that's being cut off, but not that it's being cut off. It's like I have nothing else left to say. The conflict ended, and I'm just going to leave it here. The Nine of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, you're feeling a lack of instability. You know, Queen of Pentacles is the queen of stability. She's the queen of money. And that's probably what it is. Revisiting something that you planned before, and you're kind of taking like it's almost like you were distracted, and in being distracted, you weren't able to check on X, Y, and Z. And now you're checking on it, and you're realizing either that distraction costed you your stability, or you're just looking at it as if it, like it's not stable now, but it will be. With the moon, yeah, I think for some of you, if there is something that's buried deep inside of you, any wounds, and that's coming up to the surface, let it, because that's what's going to bring you your new beginning, the Fool. That's going to give you that breath of fresh air. That's going to give you that sense of renewal and hope, and just really feeling like you can conquer anything. It's going to lift a burden. That's really what I'm seeing. Like it's going to lift some sort of burden, and you're going to feel free again. So for some of you, this can be if some of you have been fighting with people, not fighting, but any sort of conflict that was distracting you from your true purpose. Okay. I'll leave it at that. Any kind of distraction that was, kind of keeping you from moving forward. And once you really kind of hash those feelings and they come up to the surface and you lay everything out, that's going to be your key to kind of move forward, and give you that brand new beginning that you need, Scorpio. So whoa, Sagittarius. We're going to do Sagittarius. What do you have? Okay, Seven of Pentacles. I'm going to just reshuffle again. Seven of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, you two are thinking about taking stock of something that you planted or started a while ago, and you're just kind of seeing how it's doing. Is it worth it? Do I move forward with this? It's kind of like a reevaluation period here. You have Strength, and then you have the Page of Swords. Okay, so I think for some of you, you're going to take a risk on something, and it's going to take a lot of courage. But with that, there are going to be probably some people that aren't going to agree with you with the Page of Swords. I do see here, whatever it is, you're probably going to have to kind of go solo with it. I do see gossip with the Page of Swords. I just see like someone trying to discourage you for some reason. This person is not emotionally bright. They don't even know what they're talking about. It's almost like because they can't do it, they don't want you to do it. And I think for some of you, you thought really long and hard about this, and you're taking like that brave and courageous approach. And, this could even be you kind of discouraging yourself. But if it's not you and you're like, and I don't feel it's you with the Strength card, it could be external sources that are trying to discourage you here. Yeah, so you have the Devil in reverse. This is for some of you, you could be letting go of toxic people, toxic things. The devil upright is my low vibration energy. It's like the lowest of the low. It's like, and I don't mean people, I mean energy. It's like it's not good. It's addictions, it's low vibrations, it's toxicity. But upright for some of you, I don't know why this is so specific. For some of you, you could just be deciding that, hey, I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to do X, Y, and Z anymore. I'm revisiting my life, and I'm realizing that I don't want to do these things that keep me in a low vibrational state anymore. And your wish is coming true with the Star card. And that's, you're being very brave right now. You're literally going against the status quo right now, and your wish is going to be granted. But I do see that there are some people here, some immature people here, Page of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, that are trying to distract you or trying to kind of discourage you. Very like just childish, petty, just emotionally unintelligent. They just, let's see, what else do we have here? King of Cups in reverse. There's a few people here. There is one person whoever it is that you feel very close to, that you feel like you have like that emotional bond with. It could be a best friend, twin flame, whatever, just someone that you really connect with. That's going to be the person that is going to kind of give you solace. The high priestess, yeah, they're trying to mess with your clarity. They're trying to make you not see the bigger picture here. They're really trying to rain on your parade here, Sagittarius. Four wands in reverse. They're Don't listen to them, okay? Whoever this is. Yeah, you've been through a lot. Nine of wands, the wounded warrior. It's like, how much are you gonna beat me up? I do see a bully here too. And it could be someone older than you. But I do see like almost trying to trick you out of your spot. Then you have the Empress. Yeah, you are trying to birth something different. You're trying, long story short, Sagittarius, I see that you're trying to be a different version of you, and some people just don't like that. Like they're kind of like, no, we don't want that version of Sagittarius. We want the old version. Where's the old Sagittarius at? And you're like, no, that's not me anymore. I don't want to do those things. I don't want to be that person. And you people are toxic, and there's either a lot of chatter around you, Sagittarius, like gossip, or you hear it directly, or you feel it. It's almost like they may not be telling you directly, but your body is picking up that certain people aren't happy for you, right? So definitely pull from that string. And I'm very proud of you with that devil in reverse. Anytime I see the devil in reverse, I get just so proud because it's so hard to kind of move away from that. Some people can't. They live with toxicity. They can't. So anytime you can break away from those chains, I always, say that I'm super, super proud because that's hard for anyone. But let's see. Capricorn. Capricorn. Six of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Cups, and King of Cups in reverse. So let's see here. There isn't reciprocity. I think for some of you, and this can be work, because the Pentacles is external. There isn't reciprocity here. Either you aren't feeling appreciated at work and you're showing up. It's like I'm showing up, but the other person is not showing up. And I think this other person could be this King of Cups, that is just emotionally unintelligent. They're not as cold as the Queen of Cups, but they're very like a brick wall. Like almost like they know, but they refuse to acknowledge because it's you, so to speak. That's what I'm getting with this energy here. With the Six of Pentacles, and I see you showing up. Like you're showing up genuinely, but whoever this King of Cups is, it's almost like they're trying to block your energy or block you, or they're a blockage in your life. Now it could very well be you because I'm very transparent. It could very well be you blocking your own blessings here too, with the King of Cups in reverse. But let's see. Give me a clarifier for the Six of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles, yeah, this has to do with your money. It could be a boss. It could be someone that's just really good with money. This King of Pentacles is very stable. It could be another earth sign. But there's no reciprocity here. Could very well be you though, that you're stable, but you don't feel like you're getting what you're giving. Yeah, no, this does have to do with work. Emperor in reverse. This is a leader, a boss, that's just being very uncompromising. And it's like you keep showing up, you keep showing up, you keep doing what you're doing, and you're not getting the same back. But this is gonna end, yeah. So I do see you have a Five of Swords in reverse with the King of Cups. Eventually, whoever this person is, I don't see any other majors besides the Emperor, and that just lets me know who it is or where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of leadership. Eventually, this person's going to give up, or someone's going to see them for who they are, or they're just going to realize that they're being really uncompromising. Ten of Cups in reverse, yeah. At some point, this person was like giving. I don't know why they got so cold. Yeah, but Three of Swords in reverse. Karma's gonna hit whatever whoever this person is, or if it's a situation. I do see swift karma here. Especially with the Three of Swords in reverse, things may go in your favor here. Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. All that energy, that impulsive energy, all that energy that's kind of feeling like it's closing in on you or it's coming towards you, that's going to start to slow down. And then the Lovers. Okay, so then I do see some harmony coming back again, but what is this energy? I don't know. This person might get fired maybe, or this person might just give up all around, like realize like, hey, you're being a total, like, you're being weird for no reason. Like, why you, I'm showing up, I'm doing everything I need to do, and it's not good enough. And either instant karma is going to hit that person, or eventually they're just going to get tired and just leave you alone. Because I do see that with the Five of Swords in reverse. So let's see, Aquarius. What do we have for you? Aquarius. Oh, that jumped out, so I want to see what it is. Six of Swords. Okay, so some of you are moving towards calmer waters. Anytime I see the Six of Swords, it's definitely a personal choice, because they have to take this long journey. But you know, swords are about the mind, so I feel like anytime I see the Six of Swords, it was thought out. It wasn't something that just happened off impulse. You know, you've been thinking about this for a while. Two of Wands in reverse. Whatever decision you had to make, you made it already. That's basically what I'm seeing. You're no longer confused. You no longer have to make this decision. Everything is, you know, basically in your mind though, because, or you might have said it, or you just might have made it clear. It's a conscious decision that whatever this is, whatever decision you had to make, you actually already made it. And then you have Judgment in reverse. Okay. So give me a second, because Judgment in reverse, there could be something that's actually literally getting reversed and working in your favor. There could have been a situation where something didn't work in your favor. The Two of Swords upright is my unconventional approach. It's my against the status quo. And sometimes it's also that, how can I put this? I'm not going to do what everyone else wants me to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, it depends on the situation. Sometimes we have to compromise. The Two of Swords, to me, in my opinion, does not compromise. They follow what they want to do, and then that leads to the Three of Swords. Sometimes it's a good thing where you have to cut someone out that you really love, or sometimes it's not so good thing where you do something because that's how you truly feel, but it wasn't the best decision. That's why it's always a tough decision, and it can lead to the Three of Swords. So for some of you, you kind of compromised. There was a tough decision, and you could have made a bad choice, maybe. I don't know. But whatever it is, it led to some sort of judgment that kind of either worked in your favor, because judgment is about awakening, forgiveness. Maybe some of you're not forgiving someone, um with the Judgment in reverse. Give me one second. Some of you could be repeating a cycle too, but let's see. Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, so you're walking away from someone that isn't very bright. You could be walking away from someone that's not very bright, or I can't, but this feels very personal, Aquarius. Some of you could be walking away from your, like, realizing your own toxic ways and kind of deciding, you know what, I don't want to be that way anymore. Okay, so two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, some of you are getting out of your own. This feels so personal. It's not external. This is not external, Aquarius. This is something that's going on the inside. There's way too many swords here. I mean, there could be some communication, but I don't see any court cards besides the Page of Swords. I don't see you communicating with anyone. I see you literally communicating with yourself, maybe talking to your higher self. Yeah, some of you are going through a rebirth here. Some of you are maybe even mourning the loss of the old you, and that's what that is. Because this, again, I kept trying to see if it was anything external, but I couldn't pick up on it. This feels very personal, Aquarius. Some of you are going through, and I'm surprised I didn't see either the death card, and not literally the death. I'm not wishing death on you. Death is like ego death. um but I do see that for some of you, you may even be realizing some of your own toxic ways, and kind of in that realization, maybe even feeling, because usually this Five of Cups, it gives me like that morning. But I think for some of you, I'm being really honest, is a sense of kind of like embarrassment, like I can't believe I did that, or I can't believe I act like that. I can't believe, but you're getting out of this. There's some sort of something kind of in that revelation in yourself, something kind of backtracking and working in your favor with the Judgment. Because to me, Judgment in reverse, it's almost like once they throw the book at you, that's it. But in reverse, it's kind of revisiting. So maybe, I don't know, for some of you, I see some karma clearing up. That's what I see. I see karma clearing for some of you. Oh, there goes a train. There was a train. Okay, maybe some of you are waiting for a train. I don't know. Or waiting for your train, or waiting for your ship to come. I don't know. Lastly, we have Pisces here. Let's see. Pisces, what do we have for you? Pisces, the last sign here. Pisces. Let's see, Pisces. Knight of Swords, Temperance in reverse, and Eight of Wands. Huh? Um, so Pisces, I do see here that any impulsiveness, because Knights is about action, I do see that you are taking a slower approach. Temperance in reverse, though, I do feel like there's some sort of, I do have a feeling of like slowing down, but with the Temperance in reverse, oh, you got the Moon card in reverse too. Temperance in reverse could be a lack of faith here. Let's see. The Hierophant. Yeah, some of you are revisiting your either your traditional ways of doing things, spirituality, religions. It can even be institutions, things of that nature. And then clarifying the Eight of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so for some of you, you're moving towards a more passionate, more fulfilling, and I do get the sense that it's more traditional. If it has anything to do with like traditions, if it has anything to do with institutions, you're either indecisive and you kind of want to rush into it. And I do see that with the Eight of Wands. You are rushing into your passion. And then you have the Queen of Wands here clarifying that. So that just lets me know that you're taking a more approach towards what serves you, right? I think you took your time with a thought here or action, and it had to do with something that came up from the surface with the moon in reverse. But now you have clarification. You were probably confused about something with the temperance in reverse, or you probably took your time, or you were just some sort of moderation. And then I do see things here moving a little bit quicker with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This could be someone in your energy, a fire sign, but it could just be your energy where you're taking a more. I do see some of you moving away from old traditions, if that makes sense, and making kind of a life of your own. And it's coming in very quickly. So that's what I have for you guys. If any of these messages resonate in any way, shape, or form, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.